What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another of my episodes. And on this, I want to talk a little bit about immigration. And I bring it up because it's a conversation within my household. It's a touchy subject to my family, you can say. Especially my mom, how she worries about my aunts and uncles. She talked to me about it, and she doesn't like what Trump is doing. And I did my best to try to explain to her, such as I told her, I'm like, well, when you cross over, they knew they were breaking the law, right? And so they knew that if they would have got caught crossing over, the probability of them getting sent back to Mexico are high. So with that understanding, them knowing what they're doing, I mean, can you be mad at him for trying to enforce the law? I get it. Like, I understand all this. I told her, it's just he's enforcing a law that not much have really enforced. Barack Obama was the one that broke the record. Over 3 million illegal immigrants deported within the 8 years he was in office, and nobody said anything. No Democrats cried about it. No Mexicans even brought it up. Nothing. Obama was the one that built the cages for the immigrants because they were overflooded, so they needed to put them somewhere. Yeah, kids were in that cages too. But the only reason why all that came out is because they tried to throw it off on Trump. So there's all this outcry about mass deportation that Donald Trump is doing. And I told my mom the thing that he's focusing on the criminals at this moment. He wants these Tren de Araguas gone. He wants these cartels gone. He wants these people that are selling fentanyl gone. People that are raping kids and sex trafficking kids he wants them gone out of here. And for whatever reason, people don't see that, and they keep badgering and claiming that he's separating families. To begin with, if you break any law, anybody that's listening to this, if you got your child with you, you're smoking weed in the car, or you're driving drunk, or you're driving high, whatever the case is, or you're driving recklessly, you get pulled over, you get arrested, your kid's in the car, they take you to jail. Or they tell you, hey, you got someone that can look for you after your kid. They're separating family. You broke a law, obviously they're going to have to take you in. So I don't understand why so much outcry of separating families. You knew what you were doing, you knew what you were getting yourself into, and you obviously knew the probabilities of what was going to happen when you were being caught. And that's just generalizing the immigration thing. The other thing that's really tripping me out is that we got a serious problem with immigrants that are coming over and causing harm to people here in the United States. And that's not being spoken about. Example, that guy that burned that lady in the New York subway, burned her alive, saw her burning. It wasn't big news like Daniel Penny. It hasn't been talked about. But that's an illegal immigrant that's mentally ill. And that's the kind of people you're trying to protect. Those are the kind of people that you're crying for. Those are the people that you're worried about. It's people like that. You're trying to demonize Donald Trump for trying to get people like that out of here. The other case, Lake and O'Reilly, by the immigrant. And he was already deported once by Donald Trump. Mass migration problem. I know there's immigrants that are here to really come and do better for themselves, to look for a better life. I know that. I understand that. But the law of the land is you can't cross over without going through the proper procedures to being processed to become a U.S. citizen. Then I saw the interview with J.D. Vance and Face the Nation. I don't even know what that lady's name was, but her questions were more like, let me see if I can get them. And more so an activist, not a reporter on bias. I'm going to get you with my questionings. It's sad that it's coming down to that. And why? Obama deported over 3 million illegal immigrants. 3 million. He even built cages for them to house them there while they got deported. And no outcry for that. Why is that? Now, it's estimated that over 10 million has crossed over. There's an episode with Sean Ryan. I'm gonna put it up so you guys can check it out, and it's awesome episode. But he brings in I believe she's a retired or former CIA agent, and she speaks about that the United States know that 1,000 trained Al Qaedas have actually entered the United States. So this is known to the United States. They know they're here, but they have not told that to the people. And that has not been told to in the news. Why hasn't it been told to the people, or why isn't the news talking about this? So yeah, mass migration is a big problem. And then these migrants that they're catching in all these deportations, the rap sheets are, yeah, they got more rap shit than I do. I'll tell you that much. But some of them are just sick. Some are literally child molesters. Some are literally rapists, and they're here in the country. Some are known gang members. Tren de Aragua, for example, how they were taking over complex. And what was that news reporter that said, oh, they only took a couple of them. They only took a couple complexes. Talking about like, that's not a big deal. It's like, what the? They shouldn't be even taking over no complexes. But she made it seem like it's not a big deal. It's not a problem. First of all, she doesn't live in those complexes. And J.D. Vance actually told her, like, wow, there shouldn't be none. There shouldn't be no takeover of any complexes by any gangs. But these Trinidad Agua, they're literally taking over complexes. They're taking over states. How is that possible? How can a gang do that? That's the problem with this mass migration that's going on. And my mom doesn't see that. My nieces don't see that. And a lot is being more exposed that the Democrats don't want you to know. The news doesn't want you to know. Like I keep saying, I'm going to keep saying this. The more that we become informed, the better our decisions we can make.